Hey everyone, welcome back, Jojo.
Shruti, and if you're wondering why we're laughing, Jojo, वापस dialogue मारो.
छोड़े अच्छे से बात. I love it. I don't know if he's gonna say that over here because
You should make it
Akela.
as takia kalam.
I think it
है
is.
ना? He should say it in everything. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
है ना? Okay, this
हाँ.
one's produced by Phenom. It also dropped while we were on break. It is drop season, but
हाँ.
it's been declared. Okay, artist divine, lyrics divine, track produced by Phenom. Phenom was in that video with Sikandar Kalon, if you remember. We reacted to it.
Oh yeah.
Same
Yeah.
episode.
If you wouldn't have reminded me, मुझे नहीं याद आता. But yes. Now I
Yes.
recall. Now I recall. Yes.
So he's with divine now. Let's do it. Are you ready? Okay.
Ready? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, play.
लेवल्स चेक कर रहे 11 पे माले पे खड़े
अच्छा.
सामने शहर दिख रहा है Phenom the Don हाँ
अच्छे से बात कर.
सब कुछ है पास और फिर भी मैं अकेला क्यों पूरा शहर मेरे साथ फिर अकेला क्यों कभी कभी लगता है मैं अकेला हूँ फिर वो मुझे बोलता है नहीं ये अकेला तू और सब कुछ है पास फिर अकेला क्यों पूरा शहर मेरे साथ फिर अकेला क्यों कभी कभी लगता है मैं अकेला हूँ फिर वो मुझे बोलता है नहीं ये अकेला तू मेहनत मैंने की है मैं आया नहीं नसीब से टूटा मेरा घर वो बोले आया नहीं गरीब से पैसे की कीमत जाने जब निकले तेरे जेब से वो देखते वो जलते मैं निकला करीब से कभी कभी लगता मैंने खाया उस सेब से आदम तो नहीं पर मैं आदम खोर बन गया रैप खेल में लैप्स नहीं मैराथन बन गया निप वाली सोच और मैं बेमिसाल बन गया अपनों के लिए क्या किया अपनों को मैं क्या दिया अपनों से मैं क्या लिया अपनों से मैं क्या लूं मेरी जिंदगी एक सपना और मैं सपने में निकालूं ये दर्द मेरा अपना और मैं अपने में निकालूं एक दोस्त से है बात बंद दूसरा बनता चालू ये जिंदगी ना मालूम जो जितना देता उससे ज्यादा मिलता तुझे मालूम ये जिंदगी ना मालूम सब कुछ है पास और फिर भी मैं अकेला क्यों पूरा शहर मेरे साथ फिर अकेला क्यों कभी कभी लगता है मैं अकेला हूँ फिर वो मुझे बोलता है नहीं ये अकेला तू और सब कुछ है पास फिर अकेला क्यों पूरा शहर मेरे साथ फिर अकेला क्यों कभी कभी लगता है मैं अकेला हूँ फिर वो मुझे बोलता है नहीं ये अकेला तू और मशहूर हूँ मैं तो क्या है कसूर मेरा खुद में विश्वास ये था पहले से उसूल मेरा हीरे की खोज में निकलाना कोहिनूर मेरा हर शब्द निकलता मेरे दिल से जैसे खून मेरा अकेला था मैं और मेरी माइक म्यूजिक मेरी माशुका से मैं और मेरी वाइफ अम्मा लिखती खत प्लेन लगती उसकी फ्लाइट बचपन से थे भूखे भी वो ऑलवेज ऑन अ डाइट छत से पानी टपके 2 घंटे भरने के लिए बुक्स पे करते रोल सही में थे वो पढ़ने के लिए लगता था मैं पैदा हुआ खाली मरने के लिए हाथ नहीं मांगे कभी ऊपर चढ़ने के लिए अकेला पर लगता जैसे आर्मी में हूँ म्यूजिक की किताब कहानी में हूँ अकेला पर आर्मी में हूँ म्यूजिक की किताब कहानी में हूँ हाँ सब कुछ है पास और फिर भी मैं अकेला क्यों पूरा शहर मेरे साथ फिर अकेला क्यों कभी कभी लगता है मैं अकेला हूँ फिर वो मुझे बोलता है नहीं ये अकेला तू और सब कुछ है पास फिर अकेला क्यों पूरा शहर मेरे साथ फिर अकेला क्यों कभी कभी लगता है मैं अकेला हूँ फिर वो मुझे बोलता है नहीं ये अकेला तू
Sometimes I feel like I'm flying away but the Lord says I'm here to stay hey so many wanna take my place but they don't know what it takes nah sometimes I feel like flying away but the Lord says I'm here to stay so many wanna take my place but they don't know what it takes अब खुद गर्ज बनना भी सही लगता है अब कौन देगा धोखा थोड़ा भय लगता है खुद गर्ज बनना भी सही लगता है अब कौन देगा धोखा थोड़ा भय लगता है अब खत्म होने आता फिर नहीं लगता है अब खत्म होने आता फिर नहीं लगता है हाँ सुनते रहने का वाइब करते रहने का
Wow. I want to know who's done the video, because the video of this was directors are Divine, Joel D'Souza, Mohit Mukhi from The Glitch, and writers, producers, director of photography, Prasad Chaurasya. Oof. Matlab, like every frame
Yeah.
was beautiful. It was, I think, ये गाना separately, like, गाने के बारे में अलग से बात करेंगे, लेकिन जो इसका पूरा video था, and जो पूरा हर frame था, the way they showcased everything, even Divine, even like, the place where he's sitting, every time he said, पूरा शहर मेरे साथ तो मैं अकेला क्यों? And there were those candles which are lit all over the room, and it's like little, when you're above a शहर and you see all the twinkling lights. So that visual, the way it was coming across, like,
Yeah.
it's just, there were so many well thought out things
Elements.
that,
Yeah.
that wherever, even if the songs in certain parts was lagging, not because of the way the song was, just because of the feel of the song. Like, sometimes when we're in that really like enthu mood, and then we listen to a song which is very deep and meaningful and very serious, तो एकदम से ऐसे लगता है कि यार ये धीरे क्यों चल रहा है सब कुछ, not realizing कि गाना तो अपनी पेस पे है, सही है, वो हमारे ही mood पे depend करता है. But in my head right now, because my mood was like that, the video completely made up for any, like, it helped me kind of hold myself and say, pause, just go with the flow of the music, of the song. And the video helped me do that. So, which was stunning. And just like every visual of him walking into that in black and white visual of walking into sea, Rate Me Pao, and like walking through it, just like everything. It was just nicely created video. But as far as the song goes, of course, like Divine ki awaaz, right? Like when he begins also. But isme, he was very like, like taking off a mask and being like, I'm going to be super real. He always is. But in this, more so from his perspective. Like usually, you know how most of their songs always have the perspective of me and the janta. Like, jo mere sunne wale hain, jo listeners hain. Isme, I felt like the perspective was more purely from his perception, where he's sitting, what he's going through, and how it's, affecting him. So, which was it's not that we haven't heard him do that before, but within this also, it was a very interesting perspective. Like it was nice. It was a good song. Yeah. What
I was thinking, one, the video, yes, the fact that they kept it black and white, because
Yeah.
the shots were so pretty, and even like the candlelit room, even the
Yeah.
old house where he's sitting alone by that TV set
Yeah.
and that, like, broken bed and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a lighthouse, but that whole thing overlooking the sea, then him walking along the sea alone, driving the bike alone down that road, aerial shots. I was like, these would have looked great in color also, when you're
Yeah.
thinking. But then
Yeah.
the mood of the song required that black and, so my whole thing with the black and white was like, well done, like good call.
Yeah.
That really, like when we put our photos online also, and we do choose black and white, there's something about the black and white that gives it that थोड़ा emotional angle आ जाता है photo में पसंद.
Mysterious. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like something
depth.
that's hiding behind the thing. Correct. Yeah.
So that I was like, props for that call. But also all the shots, like you were saying, I'm just going to talk about the video, because there were some beautiful ones. Like he's in the cave, you can only see his silhouette, and
That
the
one
sea
was
is there.
beautiful.
So
Yeah.
nice. Him with, the thing is, it started with him overlooking the sea, but being in this tower up there with just him and his mic. So then him saying ki, me and my wife, the married to the game, that whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And throughout the song, there's not a single living creature in the frames.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just him. So the whole Akela
Yeah.
came across beautifully.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally, there's not even a bird. And if there is, I
Correct.
missed it. There's not even a bird in the
Huh.
frames. It's just him. So
Yeah.
really nicely captured. And I feel like that room with the candles was so beautiful. First of all, just and he's sitting there, and the lines are like, मैं सोचता हूँ मैं अकेला, पर वो कहता तू अकेला नहीं. So I felt like that line really came alive with that setting, because like the candles signify prayer and like
Yeah.
presence of divine things. Oh, divine. Oh, sorry. Unintentional. But it was okay. So bottom line,
See, that's
beautifully thought.
interesting how you took from that room the first line and I took the third line, and with the same visual, what stood out to you was the whole divinity angle, and to me what stood out was the candles ka flickering lights, and like when you look at upar se the city view of things, because the third line is that only na.
Yeah.
Pura shehar mere saath to main akela kyun?
Akela
So
kyun?
it's so interesting that with the same visual, what you took out of it and what I took out of it were
Different
like just two lines. Yeah, and that's what happens to usually, like when all of us listen to songs, like such different things touch us and different things speak to us, that which is where the visual aspect along with the song is so good.
So good.
And of course, like you said, इस गाने में तो crack कर दिया उन्होंने full on, very nicely.
Yeah, the reason the candles is because I mean it reminded me of Mount Mary. Go there to light candles
Oh yeah.
all the time. But no, but it was the story depiction
Yeah.
through the video with the old house and him
Yeah.
being alone throughout. Beautiful, beautiful, very well thought out. I have to
Hmm.
say the soundscape of this song. My
Yeah.
God, Phenom. I was not like, we've only heard one track produced by him, but
Yeah.
this to me was a revelation. Um, the vocals, the changes in uh the changes in the sound where his voice, where his like lyrics are going from one phase to another.
Yeah. Yeah. The transitions.
The
Hmm.
transitions, exactly, so
Very
good,
smooth.
so
Yeah.
smooth,
Yeah.
and just such a larger than life sound, very cinematic, dude. No,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was so cinematic. It
Very.
really elevated the lyrics to another zone. And then now coming to the actual song and the lyrics and divine, so real, and so raw.
Very intense and sad also. Like, there were moments when he was, and we've seen so many avatars of his, where normally he's
Yeah.
like aggressive and he's like whatever, and sometimes he's like motivating you. And like, there are so many sides of him. In
Yeah.
this, that dead stare which he was doing, like
Mhm.
straight into the breaking the fourth wall, looking into the camera completely. And
Mhm.
like the way he was, it was just like that intensity. And that was coming across, which was nice.
Yeah.
Which added to that whole Akela-ness,
Yeah.
basically.
But
Yeah.
he got very real through the whole song, uh, whilst also keeping this tough exterior. I don't know how to explain it, because that's the only thought that stayed with me after the first verse was, man, even when Divine is sounding vulnerable, he's sounding tough.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a very weird combination that he's cracking right now, because
Yeah.
maybe it's just his demeanor or the way
It's who
he
he is, I
fits
think.
his
Yeah.
lines, or it's his
Yeah.
voice. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but when like when someone gets vulnerable, their voice
Yeah.
kind of changes, and
Yeah.
he sounded as tough as he would normally. So I was like, ye kya ho raha hai? How is he cracking this zone? So that was really nice. Of course, his lines were good. I loved whenever he stared into the camera, like you said.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
just the way his face was lit up, kind of almost
Hmm.
half, and the eyes had that prominent.
Yeah.
Everyone, the
Yeah.
camera
Yeah.
lighting department, very well done. So yay! I mean, second drop from the album. First one was full flex zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now this. So how many tracks are there? Do we know? No,
I
did you
have
get
no
this?
idea only.
Okay, I don't know how many
Message
tracks are
us,
there.
let us
I
know.
do know by
Yeah.
now that the album is called Gunegar, and it's Gunegar season. That's the hashtag. So, man, very different sounds so far from the two drops. Let's see what comes next. I think I saw something. It's called Flex Kar. I haven't heard the audio, but
Acha.
Flex Kar is the next song. From what I
Flexcar.
remember seeing on Instagram.
That sounds
Yeah.
like the usual Divine Zone. So I look
Mhm.
forward to that. Flexcar.
Ah, very nice. Okay, chalo,
Cool.
loved it. So let us know your thoughts. What was your favorite part about this video and song, and any other recommendations? DM me there. Miss Mola's there at Shoot Spa. Do support the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Don't be
Bye.
Akela. So love it. Yeah, I will.